Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, I don't think I need to tell you how exciting this moment is for all of us who follow the Washington Commanders. The NFL offseason always brings a whirlwind of news, rumors, and surprises, but this particular move, has the potential to be a real game changer. That's right. We're talking about the recent addition of none other than Von Miller to the Commanders roster. Yes, you heard that correctly. The legendary pass rusher, known for his relentless pressure, championship pedigree, and leadership on and off the field, is now wearing the burgundy and gold. And let me tell you, this isn't just a splash signing, it's a statement. It signals that Washington is serious about elevating their defense and making a real push in the NFC East, and ultimately, for that elusive Super Bowl title. Von Miller's arrival has sent shockwaves through the NFL landscape, but for us fans, it's more than just a headline. It's a symbol of how committed the team is to winning now. But what exactly can we expect from a player of Miller's caliber at this stage in his career? That's what we're here to analyze, to break down, and to speculate about. Because, let's be honest, when a player like Miller joins your team, the dynamics change. His talent, experience, and leadership are assets that can elevate the entire defense and inspire the younger players to step up. Let's start by looking at the kind of player Von Miller is. For those of you who have followed his career, you already know the impact he's had over the years. Drafted in 2011 by the Denver Broncos, Miller quickly established himself as one of the most fearsome pass rushers in the league. His speed, agility, and football IQ allowed him to consistently beat offensive linemen and pressure quarterbacks. Over the years, he accumulated multiple Pro Bowls, All-Pro selections, and most importantly, 2 Super Bowl championships, one with the Broncos in Super Bowl 50, where he was named MVP, and another with the Los Angeles Rams in Super Bowl LVI. What makes Miller's addition so intriguing is not just his past success, but how he might adapt to the current NFL. The league has evolved, and the role of the pass rusher has become more versatile, demanding not only speed and strength, but also football intelligence and leadership. And Miller, with his extensive experience, can bring all of that to the table. His ability to diagnose plays quickly and set up quarterbacks for sacks is still among the best in the league. Plus, his leadership qualities, his voice in the locker room, his work ethic, his attitude, these are traits that the Commanders desperately need, especially on a defense that's looking to take a step forward after a somewhat inconsistent 2023 season. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. As talented as Miller is, he's also in the later stages of his career. He's been in the league for over a decade, and with age comes questions about durability and whether he can sustain his peak level of performance. This is a common concern for fans across the league whenever a veteran player signs with a new team. But history has shown us that players like Miller, when managed properly, can still be productive well into their 30s. And in many cases, their experience and leadership can outweigh any decline in athleticism. Let's reflect on some examples. Players like J.J. Watt, Khalil Mack, and even Chandler Jones, all of whom have been around for a while, have continued to make significant impacts on their teams. Watt, despite battling injuries, remains a force when healthy. Khalil Mack, another player with a similar build and skill set, has maintained elite production through his late 20s and early 30s. What's important here is how these players adapt their game, focus on conditioning, and utilize their football IQ to compensate for any decline in raw athleticism. So, it's fair to ask, can Miller do the same? Based on his track record and his dedication, I believe he can. This addition is also about the mental and emotional boost it provides the entire defense. Miller's leadership is invaluable, especially for the younger edge rushers and linebackers on the team. His presence alone can elevate their game, teach them nuances of rushing the passer, and help them develop better situational awareness. For a team like Washington, that's crucial because defense is a collective effort. Having a veteran like Miller guiding the way can be a catalyst for a much more cohesive and aggressive unit. Now, let's talk about the specific expectations for Miller's role. Given his experience, it's likely he'll be used in situations where he can maximize his impact, third downs, passing downs, and situations where his pass-rushing prowess can be most effective. The coaching staff might also use him in a mentoring role for younger players, helping them develop their techniques and understand the nuances of NFL pass blocking schemes. It's also worth noting that his presence could free up other players, allowing them to face less double teams or chip blocks, which would make the entire pass rush more dangerous. But the impact isn't just about individual stats. It's about what Miller symbolizes for the team's ambitions. The Commanders have been building steadily over the past few years, making strategic draft picks, signing key free agents, and improving their roster depth. Adding a player of Miller's caliber sends a message to the entire league that Washington is not just a team trying to compete. They're aiming to be a serious contender, especially in the NFC East, which has been fiercely competitive lately. The Cowboys, Eagles, and Giants have all made significant moves, and the NFC is no longer a one-horse race. In fact, the Eagles, who have been dominant in recent years, especially with their impressive roster and innovative coaching, are now faced with a new challenge. The Commanders are positioning themselves to be a thorn in their side, and with Miller rushing the quarterback, that challenge just got a lot tougher. Imagine the pressure on Jalen Hurts, Daniel Jones, and Dak Prescott, knowing that the Commanders now have a player who can change the game with a single rush. That's the kind of impact that can tilt the balance of a game, and that's precisely what Miller brings to the table. Looking ahead, all eyes will be on how Miller integrates into the team, how the coaching staff schemes around him, and how the defense performs as a whole. Will he stay healthy? Will he be able to bring his A-game consistently? Those are questions that only time and effort will answer. But one thing is clear, his arrival has injected a new level of excitement and optimism among fans. The buzz is real, and the momentum is building. The anticipation for the upcoming season is palpable, and everyone is eager to see how this veteran will influence the team's fortunes. For us fans, it's also about hope. Hope that this move is the beginning of a new chapter, one where the Commanders become the team nobody wants to face in December and January. It's about believing in the power of experience, leadership, and pure talent. The addition of Miller could be the spark that ignites a playoff push, and who knows, maybe even a deep run that culminates in another Super Bowl appearance. The road is long, but with a player like him on the roster, the journey suddenly feels a lot more promising. And let's not forget the historical context here. The Commanders have a rich history, filled with legendary players and iconic moments. While the team has faced its ups and downs in recent years, every new season offers a fresh opportunity to create new memories and forge a new legacy. Miller's presence on this team could be one of those defining elements, someone who leaves a lasting mark, not just with sacks and tackles, but with leadership and the right attitude. It's about building a championship culture, and Miller's experience is an essential ingredient in that recipe. As we continue to follow his progress, it's worth noting that the NFL is a league of adjustments. Teams adapt, players evolve, and strategy shifts. But one thing remains constant. Great pass rushers like Miller have a way of changing the course of games. Whether it's a crucial sack, a strip sack, or just the pressure that forces an errant throw, his impact can be felt throughout the game. And when you add that to the overall strength of the Commanders' defense, you begin to see a picture of what might be an exciting, competitive squad heading into the new season. So, as fans, we should be optimistic, but also realistic. Miller's age and recent injury history are factors to keep in mind, but they shouldn't overshadow the potential upside. It's about how he stays healthy, how he fits into the team's scheme, and how much he's willing to give back to the younger guys. The coaching staff's ability to utilize him effectively will be key, and if they do it right, this could turn out to be one of the most impactful offseason moves in recent Commanders' history. In conclusion, what we're witnessing here is more than just a signing, it's a statement of intent. The Washington Commanders are serious about competing, about winning, and about making a statement in the NFC. Von Miller's addition symbolizes that they're aiming high and that they're willing to bring in the best to get there. For us fans, it's a reason to be excited, to believe in the team's potential, and to look forward to a season that could be full of surprises. So, buckle up, keep your eyes on the field, and get ready for what promises to be an exhilarating ride. The future is bright, and with Miller leading the charge, the Commanders might just be on the cusp of something special. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUB algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this move? Are you as excited as I am? Do you believe Miller can still be a dominant force in the NFL at this stage of his career? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us, and it's a big part of what makes this community so special. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and all the latest news on the Commanders, so stay tuned. This team is on the rise, and we're here to cover every step of that journey together. Thanks for sticking around, and as always, go Commanders.